Story 1, The Whispering Walls. In the heart of a quaint, forgotten town lay a dilapidated mansion that had been abandoned for decades. Its crumbling exterior and overgrown garden were enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Locals knew to stay far away from the place, for they believed it was haunted. One gloomy evening, three friends, Alex, Sarah, and Mark, decided to test their courage and explore the notorious mansion. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they cautiously made their way through the creaking front door. The air inside was thick and cold, and the walls bore faded, eerie paintings. As they ventured further into the mansion, they heard faint whispers that seemed to echo from the very walls themselves. The whispers grew louder and more frantic, and the trio could make out words: "Leave. Get out. You're not alone." Panic seized them, and they rushed for the exit, but the door slammed shut before they could reach it. Trapped and terrified, the walls seemed to close in around them. The whispers grew deafening, their voices filled with anguish and despair. The friends huddled together, trembling, praying for an escape that seemed impossible. Story 2, The Phantom Dinner Party. The magnificent Haraway mansion stood on a hill overlooking the town. It was known for its extravagant dinner parties thrown by the eccentric owner, Mr. Haraway, who was rumored to have died under mysterious circumstances. One stormy night, a group of friends ventured into the mansion, drawn by the tantalizing aroma of a sumptuous feast. They entered the grand dining room to find a long table covered with delectable dishes, all seemingly untouched. With hunger and curiosity getting the better of them, they sat down and began to eat. As they indulged in the otherworldly feast, they noticed the room's temperature drop, and a chilling wind blew through the chamber. The flickering candlelight revealed a haunting sight. The spectral guests of the dinner party, dressed in their finest attire, began to materialize around the table. The friends' terrified screams echoed through the mansion as they realized they were dining with ghosts. The apparitions turned toward them, their hollow eyes staring with an insatiable hunger, and the friends knew they had unwittingly become part of the phantom dinner party. Story 3, The Tormented Child. The Peterson family had recently moved into an old Victorian house in a quiet neighborhood. They were blissfully unaware of the house's sinister history, for it was once the site of a terrible tragedy involving a tormented child named Emily. One evening, as Mr. Peterson was working late, Mrs. Peterson and their young daughter, Lily, were alone in the house. As they sat in the living room, Lily began to giggle and chat with an invisible friend, Emily. Mrs. Peterson assumed it was typical child's play until the lights flickered, and a voice, not Lily's, whispered, "Help me." Terrified, Mrs. Peterson rushed to find her daughter, only to discover her trapped in a hidden room beneath the stairs. The walls of the room were covered in eerie drawings, and a cold presence enveloped them. Lily insisted that Emily had shown her the way. Desperate to escape, Mrs. Peterson felt an unseen force pulling her back. She heard the tormented cries of a child and realized that Emily's spirit was still trapped in the house, seeking help. As they struggled to leave the room, Lily whispered to her invisible friend, "We will help you." The walls began to shake, and Emily's voice grew louder and more desperate. The Petersons knew they had to uncover the truth about Emily's tragic fate and help her find peace or be forever trapped in a haunted house plagued by her restless spirit. And so, these three haunted house horror stories continue to make believers out of skeptics, reminding us that the world of the supernatural is full of chilling mysteries that can turn even the bravest souls into believers in ghosts.